Today we are concentrating on a new topic that we've never done before. We're looking at ways you can produce pictures and graphics on your computer, on your phone, on your laptop, whatever. We have the lovely Norma here, who's going to talk to us about the illustrations she's done for her books and the sort of things you can do on your iPad. We've got Dante, who does a lot of art on his phone, and he will talk to you about the apps he uses. We'll have a break, and then we'll carry on, and I'll teach you how to use Canva so you can produce invitations and any sort of graphics. If you want to add words to photos, this is how you do it, you know. No more clip art, please. We've got Canva. Okay, so yeah. Norma, over to you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm very pleased to see my drawing of a horse enlarged. That's quite a delight for me to see. So basically, I paint in oils and watercolours and crayons and everything. And then I'm technologically not very knowledgeable at all. But I had on my computer an app called Paint. So I started playing around with that. And with great difficulty, I produced this little booklet with the cursor. I had to keep moving the cursor around to draw because you couldn't touch screen, so I couldn't actually draw. But you can't see it from if I lay it on the table. So I had to do all these little illustrations. And with a friend of mine, we produced this, and we made a little sort of DVD for YouTube where he sang his song and then my illustrations appeared. So I was very pleased with that. And then I discovered that Hockney was making pictures on his iPhone. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I went to his exhibition, and I wasn't very impressed because it just looked like kids' paintings, a bit like mine. But I brought a cushion cover to show you of what he was doing, that you can project your images onto mugs and cushion covers and curtains and whatever you like. So I thought that was good. So basically, I'm going to read from my notes because I can waffle on otherwise. As I say, I used this with a mouse, this original thing, and then I progressed to children's apps, Sketch for Kids, and I could play with a pencil and colour in things and get images instantly. No mess, no paints, no clearing up, nothing. So I could just have instant satisfaction of getting an image, which I was pleased with. The other thing I wanted to say is that now I have a neighbour who's produced a brilliant book here with much more advanced with an Apple iPen drawing, and he's done it quite brilliantly. So that's what you can do with a more advanced technology. That's an example there, which I leave there. Anyway, right. So that was my experience of early iPads. I wasn't ever so impressed, but then later on I discovered more apps. So I had to learn the hard way because I wasn't keen on reading the tutorials and how to do it. I wanted to immediately draw. So I had to learn by trial and error, basically, and it was quite a slow process. So I started with a very simple app called Sketchbook, and it would have brushes, and it would have a colour wheel palette there, and the main thing I always wanted to find was the eraser. So the great thing was with the iPad was you could rub out your mistakes. You didn't have to, like go over it with paint or anything. It was instant joy, and you could carry on. So the main thing was to locate the eraser button. I found absolutely brilliant that I could do all this. So I experimented with different apps. Some were easier than others, and some might suit you better, and some might be more difficult. The thing about the simple apps is they don't offer much more than basic brushes, pens, and colour. And you can save your paintings, or you can just delete them.
So Norma, are they free? Or
some are free, yes. I was just going to say that. Now basically all apps start with the same simple structure. They have, first of all, you find a new document, a new canvas or paper, as it were, and you can choose on the more advanced ones whether it's going to look like a canvas, or whether it's going to look like paper, or whatever. Then you choose from a selection of, this will be an icon on the side, of brushes, pens, crayons, watercolour brushes, oil brushes, whatever you like. Or just a pencil, a pen, anyway, it'll give you a whole list of what you can choose. Then there'd be a colour wheel of colours which you can turn as you like to choose your colour. And alongside it there might be a palette to show which colours you're currently using or which ones you've used in the past, which makes it easier, so you don't have to remember what colour you used, it will be there. And then of course the eraser. And there are two buttons. You can undo what you've just done, or you can redo it. So that's brilliant. So you can undo a brush stroke, go back, 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 back. The early apps would only let you go back so far, but now you can go back pretty much to the beginning. And then you can redo it if you want to restore it. So that's very, very useful. And then at the end, you can keep it or delete it, or you can clear all. Then after that, you get things like colour fill, which means if you've drawn a circle with a pen, and you have to be careful to make sure the line actually touches, because otherwise when you come to say you want to fill it in with red, you choose your colour red, then you select colour fill, and you put the pen or the stylus in the middle, and it comes up red, so you fill the circle with red, which is brilliant. But if you haven't closed the line completely, it will fill the whole page with red. That's really annoying, but then you can do undo. So that's pretty brilliant. And then going on to more sophisticated things, there's a thing called layering, which is a sort of icon down the side. And you can, it's like a transparent sheet. Think of it like a transparent sheet. You've got your background, maybe of mountains or something. And then you can draw maybe some trees or a horse or something on a transparent bit, which you can then lay on or you can take off. And these layers you can move up and down. So you can bring something forward and you can bring something backwards. I'm not brilliant at layers because I like to just do them all at once, but that is a feature that you can have. Some apps, the more expensive ones, you have to upgrade. You can buy access to special brushes, special features, and some apps do urge you to purchase these, which is a bit annoying. With art apps, I find, probably like other programs, you can't leave out steps. You have to do, it can be very frustrating if you find that you've left something out and then you suddenly haven't done what you wanted. So I have to be quite disciplined. As I say about completely closing the line and filling in, so you have to make sure you do it right. Right, so I've said all that. So some apps will actually highlight which particular brush or pen you're using, and as I said before, which colour you're using from your little palette on it. It's brilliant, actually. And there's another thing called a time-lapse facility where you can watch on a little kind of video time-lapse thing how you progress with your drawing, how you started off and how it developed. And that's quite interesting to see. Okay, I said, and the other thing is, of course, you can insert lettering. There'll be all these icons to show you what to do. You can put lettering in, photographs, whatever you want. And I did do a short course at the Working Men's College on Adobe Illustrating to find out why I could only use pixels up to a certain point. I couldn't enlarge because it would go all blurred. And so I heard about this thing called vector, which is some of the apps, they use a vector pen or a pixel pen, because when you want to blow it up really big, as Hockney did, you need a vector. Called a vector, it's just a mathematical line way of doing it instead of pixels, like when you blow up a photograph, the pixels go all blurry. So that was another thing I had to learn. Yes, and these vector brushes, they give very solid colour. So no matter how big you blow it up, it doesn't go blurred, which is brilliant. And that's how I think Hockney made his big paintings. And when he started off, as I say, he was using his iPhone and using an app called Brushes, but he then developed his own brushes. So he had his own special app. But he did use Procreate, which is what I'm using, which I drew. That one I think I did. Anyway, I've got all different styles of painting, but you can make amazing images, and you can just turn them into print once you do the technology that I'm not familiar with about exporting them, to a printer, to your own printer or to a professional printer. So I won't say any more about this, how many dots per inch and things like that, because probably other people know much more about it. I've made a list here of the apps which I think are very good. One is Procreate, and that's excellent for beginners, and it's costs about $12.99. The other is Adobe Fresco, which is free at the moment. I don't know why, but it gives a really good tutorial on how to get through all the different features. I suggest not skipping the tutorial like I did, because it saves a lot of time and trial and error, faffing around.
Could you repeat the name of the Adobe?
Yes, it's Adobe Fresco.
Fresco?
Yes. But there are also a lot of other tutorials on the net that you can look at. I'm sorry, but my phone is ringing, probably still. Then there's one called Art Set 4, which offers free simple effects.
Say it again. Art.
Art Set 4. I've written the list down so you'll be able to see it. And there's Art Studio, Art for Studio, but as I say, I put the list here. And there's a very simple one called Sketchpad, and they're free. Other free ones are things like Pen Up and Sketch. Nowadays, I do recommend, if you're really interested in drawing, to get a pen. You can get cheaper pens on the internet, but I haven't actually used them. But I have got a Samsung pen from my Samsung tablet, and that's very good. And the thing about having a pen is you really feel like you're drawing, you really feel like you're painting. You've got that sort of physicality of it. You're not distanced like, with the cursor. So it's absolutely brilliant. And you can use one of those little stylus things, or slumpy things. But basically, those basics of an app, the brushes, the colours, filling in and making the image that you want, and you can do it really quickly. Now I've taught adults and children art, and a very large number of the adults I've taught have said, oh no, we can't really draw, we can't really paint. And then when they've got the paper and the paints and everything, they're so happy and they find they can, and they're very pleased with what they do. And they take a long time, and they're very studious, and they do it. The children, you say draw a horse, they go, oh no sooner said than done. So you can get through masses of paper with children, because the instant image, and then they're on to the next thing. And then as they get older, they start taking more time. But for me, the iPad is like that. Draw something quickly and instant satisfaction, and you can draw all sorts of things. And I have many different things that I draw on my iPad. And you can make your Christmas cards and just get them printed. I don't know how much time I've got, but it is a delight.
Yes, do carry on. Would you like to share some of your work?
Yes, I'm not sure how to do that, but the work that I got on here is on Adobe Fresco and Procreate. I find them both absolutely excellent, you know, to start off with. And as I say, they've got tutorials. So.
That's being projected from your iPad, isn't it?
Yes, this is on this iPad. This is just a drawing with a watercolour brush, I think, just one brush, and I filled in a bit of colour.
And you can probably show some more from the same iPad. Actually.
Right, I've got gallery. So this is the untitled artwork, because there's a feature here where you can, it says skew or distort. So you can press the distort button and you can take a bit of the painting and distort it. So what I've done is I've just done some bits of colour because I enjoy looking at colour, and then I distorted a bit. What should I do here? This one. Oh, I've tapped on it, but I don't know why it's not coming out. This one I did of a bluebell wood.
Lovely.
But basically, it's a trick because there's a brush that gives all the little dots, those little blue dots, or little white. So you don't have to do it, you just chuck the brush on, and there's all those little dots. And also, you can have a brush which gives texture of a trunk. So you can make your trunk. It's very easy. I mean, it saves a lot of time, but you can just have an image in your mind, and then you can select the brush, see what that brush does, and then you can use it to good effect, I think. This is, I just did with a pen and a bit of, you know, selected another brush, bit of a drawing. What else have I got? Hollyhocks. Just. There was something I wanted to show you on the other, on Adobe Fresco. Right. Now.
Can I just ask, is that just for iPad, or can you use it with an Android, Adobe Fresco?
I think that's iPad, but there
So
are
I'm just
some
wanting to-
which I've got on Samsung which are just as good. Yeah. This
There is
is
an Android one, sorry.
yeah. This was an example of different kinds of pen. You know, a pen with zigzags on, a pen with flowers on. So I used a combination of just a pen line plus other brushes. So, you know, I just made that up this morning so you can just see what you can have. But there was one I wanted to show you, but I can't actually find it. Oh yes, this one. This is another one you can use with brushes of texture. Now, I found a brush that had stars. So you could just dab stars. I thought, that's useful. If I choose the colour, autumn colours, I choose some yellow and some orange, and I would just dab on that, and it looked like leaves. And see this waterfall effect? That was a brush that had a reiki kind of thing on it. So I used that as a waterfall. And then again another textured thing. So I thought, oh my gosh, I've done that. So I'm quite pleased with that.
Can I just point out that Android Fresco isn't available?
Yeah, no, I found that as well.
No.
So says Google.
It
Yeah.
says to lobby them.
But some of the ones I've mentioned are I think Art Set 4 and things like that.
And Procreate
else doesn't
isn't
show?
available for Android.
No, that's Apple only.
So these ones that I'm showing you are examples of what you can do with brushes with texture. You can just choose them and make quite a decent design. But what I like to do is this. I like to have these abstract images by playing around with. I'll put a lot of colour on and then I'll skew it around. For me, I find that very satisfying. I like colour, so I like to see these juxtapositions of colour. And it's very, very simple. So,
Sorry, can I just ask you, how do you elongate? How do you, I couldn't quite understand.
oh, right. This is in Fresco, yes. Create new. It's creating a new document. So I'm making it smaller. So I'm going into colour now, and I'm choosing, I'll choose some red. So I need a bigger pen, a bigger brush, so I'm having that. Oh, don't black, sorry. Right, so I'm undoing that. That's really annoying. So here's some red, okay? And here's some yellow or green, whatever, and some blue. Just do very, very quickly. Okay, so now, down the side here, you will see all the different icons and things that you can have. Now, there is one, and I think it's for this one, if it works on this. Right, so you get a lasso, and you can lasso a bit of it. Right, so now you can press at the bottom, it says transform. You can transform it, right? So I can make it smaller, bigger, or I can distort it. So you can distort it how you want.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Have you got any more that you wanted to say? Or that
No,
seems like a good place to...
That'd be fine.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Cool.
That's what I want. It's sport only by that. There's a little mark that came there on the left. An AI generated content. By the way, my name's Dante. I'm from an Italian family, so that's why I've got the exotic name. But I do need to sit down. It's Norma's given me a good introduction actually, because I can do some good things very easily, but I can't do what she does. She has far more control. I'm at the mercy of a designer of this software. So I'll just show you. That's an example.
Wow.
Just to get you going. Yeah. Created by me, and I'm not a good artist, I can tell you. Right, now I'll show you. It has lots of bugs in it, this software. That's one. Right, this is a home screen. Now you bear in mind I'm drawing on an area 60mm by 80mm. It's tiny with a silly little pen, so it's very limited, but it's amazing what it can do.
Can you tell us what it's called, the software?
Well, it comes with Samsung. It's called Drawing Assist, but it used to be called Sketch to Draw, I think it was, and it was really good, and then they upgraded it and it's not very good now. But nevertheless, I'm going to try and overcome all the problems. Now I'm going to do a very bad drawing.
Is it, can you use it on iPads and Android?
This only works on my phone. This is supposed to be a wine bottle, right? I've drawn it very, very badly. That's a wine glass, and that's a cork. That's the label. And I'll ask it to generate an image. Where you can, you know, it's not the worst image in the world, it's not great.
What's it called?
It's called My Creation. I'm not going to, well, alright, I'll save it. Easy to save. I can't get rid of this palette here. This is not a professional software. I suspect it's made for children because it's not that user friendly. I keep saying that. That's to get me out of anything that goes wrong. So I decided I don't like it. That's the original drawing, right? So I'll get rid of that. Really difficult to get rid of.
Is this with
Right.
drawing assist?
Hmm?
Sorry, is this with drawing assist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
I think there are equivalents for other.
Other makes are available. Still not a very good wine bottle. And I'll draw a cork. Oh, that's not good. What do you think of that? I'll put a light source in. And I'll generate a watercolour. Alright, now you can, if you're not happy with it, I mean, the cork's not too bad, the wine glass is a bit small. I think the white light source hasn't really worked very well, so I'll go back to the drawing and I'll just delete the light source and make it the sun instead. This is the watercolour mode. Yeah, not a very good sun, but I'm doing it really quickly. I'm under pressure. I've got all you people expecting me to perform, so it's not that easy. All right, so for still lifes, it's very, very good. I mean, you can produce some. I'll show you some results after. You won't believe them. Well, I don't want to build it up too much, but let's get rid of that and try something else. Another still life. These are classic drawing exercises you would get in an art school, I imagine. Bowl of fruits. Banana.
Can you type in instructions like make the wine glass bigger?
No.
No.
You can't tell it what to do. You can only suggest, and it will try to help you. They're supposed to be cherries, maybe grapes. I normally do better than this. All right, we'll have a light source again. Let's have a candle. Okay, let's try that watercolour mode. Not bad, eh? You didn't realise I was so good, did you? Would anyone like to make any alterations to that? Can you think of an improvement?
What's it look like as an oil painting?
Yeah, I'll try that. Good suggestion. Right, back to there. The oil painting mode doesn't work very well. I'll say that now. Right, oil painting. I suspect this was designed for children, but I love it. There you are.
Oh, wow.
Not bad, you'd put that on the wall, wouldn't you? I've seen things for sale worse than that. So, I should be saving this really. So I'll save that one. That's saved. I'll save that one. And I'll save that one. Not because they're good, but it's running out of memory, so it's going to delete the first version. So that's what I've produced so far. In seconds, yeah. But it doesn't make you a good artist, but you learn how this works, and then you learn to work with it. And if you've got any judgment at all, you can produce something quite nice. So let's try something else.
David Buckley used this a lot.
Yeah, I bet he does. Right.
To generate pictures.
What do you see that as? What do you think that is?
Mountains.
Good. That's probably what the software sees. You've got to give it clues. You can't just put any old thing in. You've got to sort of give it a clue. So if I could do the sun there, it's guessing. Oh, I wish I could do it. I'll do that again.
According to Google, the hand actually did a text to image. It says you can write a text description of the image you want.
Not on this, you can't.
On ChatGPT you can put the text in, or even a picture, and it'll look at
This is the AI overview.
What does that look like? A tree, doesn't it? That looks like the sun. That looks like a mountain.
See, I
I've
quite
given-
like that as well.
Should we just try it as it is? I'll try it as an oil painting, but not without any hopes
If
of
it had a Dali mode, that'd be someone lying on the ground with some tears coming out of their eyes. Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
It's not the program, it's me, I can assure you. Right, there's the watercolour version.
There's the text to image. There's the text to image box there. If you type in that box there,
Yeah, I don't do it that way. Yeah, I don't do it that way.
Okay.
What
But you
I
can,
do
it
is
is
I save
possible.
them. This is why I'm saving them. This is the way I do it.
yes.
I save them all into my file. If I go
Gotcha.
into my file, that's my photo file. I'm giving the game away. I'm showing. No, I haven't saved them there yet.
Oh, it's AI.
While I'm here, let me show you something. That was when I first got the program. I'd had it for 6 months and I thought it was useless. I thought it was just a gimmick. And then I produced that. And that was supposed to be an Italian town, you know, where people build towers to outdo each other. And that was, with the old program, Sketch to Draw, it gave you 4 versions of whatever you drew, and this was 2 of them. I deleted the other 2 because I didn't want to run out of room. And that was an attempt at that, not bad. It doesn't take up much space. It takes up about, every drawing takes about 260 kilobytes instead of megabytes. There's my old wine bottle. You can almost drink it, couldn't you? See if we can find a really nice one. That's my trademark. I put that. I make my own birthday cards, and that's my logo in 2 graphics and a little bird. Sometimes it's that colour, because that was with Sketch to Draw, where you got 4 versions. It's got a different colour palette on each one. That was a Christmas card that I did. I sent to people by email. That was another one. Oh, that one I really like. That's Turner, isn't it?
Not the colours.
But I have no choice of what colours it chooses. It guesses, and sometimes it gets it how I want it, and sometimes it doesn't.
Is it a special pen to use this special?
This is a special pen, yeah. It stows in the phone. You can't buy it. Well, you can, but it won't work. It'll only work on this phone. I don't think it works on the cheaper Samsungs. It's sold as a sales, to promote sales. But lots of people don't even know it's there. They don't use it.
So can you do this without the pen?
Yeah, I'll show you. I do like questions because they keep you on your toes, don't they?
So you're using your finger now, right?
Yeah.
How many people in the room have got Samsung phones? Hands up. Oh, enough people. Look at that, quite a lot.
Can you use this on the iPhone as well?
Not this. I'm sure iPhone has this. All right, so that's my drawing. I don't want that. Is there anything else I can show you? No, I'll just show you my library. That's the best thing. Let's see, pick out something. I just saw a program on the unwrapping of Tutankhamun. I did that just from memory. It's all wrong, but it still makes a good picture. And there's a slightly better version.
You drew that, or that was an...
I drew that, yeah, but it helped me a lot, to say the least. Yeah, the Great Wave, that was inspired by the Great Wave, which I did again somewhere. I think it was possibly even better.
With a boat.
Yeah, it had a boat in it. Oh, that's quite nice. Windmills work very well, as you will all know by my texts. And flocks of birds I've just discovered now, they're very easy to draw. You know, that would appeal to anyone really. And I've got a book cover here somewhere, which Norma might be interested in. That's quite a nice one. That was meant to be Mount Fuji on the left, but it all went wrong. So I just coloured my losses and just kept it. Oh, that's the one. Spectacular, isn't it? Let's see if I can find. That was a friend's birthday the other day, and I knocked him up a quick birthday card, and I added the text afterwards in my photo editing facility, which is much easier. It's much better. I can change the typeface, I can change the size, I can slant it, I can colour it, I can outline it, all in photo editing. So you wouldn't use this program for that. You don't need to. I was experimenting with food, but I don't know what that is. It doesn't look very appetising. Yeah, flower studies work very well. I'm a big fan of watercolours, so I usually use watercolours, and I like the floral ones. Ah, there's the book cover. You can imagine if I wrote my new book, November Nights or something like that, I could just put that caption there. It'd be perfect, wouldn't it? If you want to change the colours, you can in the photo. When you record it as a photo, you can change the tints. So you can change it a bit. You can change the temperature, so you can make it more warm, more red, or more blue, or you can change the proportions so that the colours are slightly more biased one way or the other. I'll just show you the rest and then I'll be finished. Oh yeah, one watercolour did work very well. Now that was, you just saw that one, didn't you? When I tried that in watercolour, this is what came out.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
And that's the same drawing again. I just kept asking it to redraw it, and it kept producing something until I liked it. So this is the, oh, this is a good one. I was going to say, can anyone suggest anything, but I wouldn't be able to do it in front of you now. That's quite a good one. And I put a spider in it as well. Ah, yeah, the one last thing, you can see it says AI generated content. I'll get one that's ruined by it. That's the last thing I want to show you. You see that says AI generated content, it spoils it. Alright? So if you don't want that, you have to go into editing, object eraser. Don't want to do that. Okay, erase. And it's gone. And it's filled in the background. That's a really good bit of AI. And this is a really simple program. It's a little chip. It's not using a great big computer at some warehouse. Using a little chip on my phone powered by a tiny battery. So it's environmentally friendly as well. So you just want...
assist, is it?
Alright, so if there's, I don't know if I've got anything else. I think I've shown you everything. Rhoda's work, well that's quite a nice one.
But this app can only be used on Samsung, is that right?
This is dedicated to this phone. It's built into the phone as a chip, a special chip, which has a memory. It has a library of shapes. If I drew a bike now, it would recognise it as a bike. If I drew a circle, it wouldn't recognise it. It would just make up something. If I tried to draw a clock and I didn't put any hands on it, it might come out as a ball or something like that. You have to give it clues. But this does only come with this phone, and I noticed that the new one comes with this as well, but I suspect that the next one might not. They might drop it. I hope they don't, because I will be devastated. Because nobody will get any more birthday cards from me.
Well, I've just looked on in the App Store, and there's one called, for Apple phones, called Draw Things, AI generation.
I'm sure Apple do the same.
Yeah.
It might work in a slightly different way, but they're bound to, aren't they?
So did you say it was called Draw Things?
Draw Things, AI generation.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Dante.
Thank you.
That's brilliant. And now I think it's a good time.
slow. Yeah, I find Gemini quicker for drawing.
One of my favourite apps is Canva. I do so much on it. Whenever I need graphics or pictures and text combined, or I've got a picture but I need it in a different format or whatever, I use Canva to change everything. Canva is free. You can get it on your Samsung, you can get it on Android, you can get it on Mac, and it's free. The basic use of Canva is free. However, they have little features that you can either pay a subscription, so you don't pay to use them at all. You can play with the features, the pay features, but if you want to download anything and send a Christmas card or something or print it off, then you have to pay for some of the features, but not all of the features, and we'll look at that. Does anyone want to download Canva and play with it at the same time? Okay, so the icon you're looking for is blue. Go to your App Store or your Play Store on your phone. Download Canva free, or you can just go to Canva on the web. You can use Canva on the web. Just go to canva.com and you can use it like that. Okay, it's this blue. You can hardly see it on the screen. Okay, does it? I'm going to launch mine. Okay, Canva, see it like Canvas.
Downloaded it, is that right?
You can download it, it works.
You only have the icon if you've already downloaded it.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's on a Mac.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do it on anything. You can work on any device.
We'll go to Google and just do canva.com. That's probably easiest. So go to Google and do canva.com for the time being. It works best on a computer on your laptop or desktop, but it does work on iPad and it does work on your phone, but having it downloaded onto your device is the best way, but it works on the net as well, and for today it'll be fine to just go to Google, then canva.com. Okay, so this is normally, when you land in Canva, what you'll see. They've just upgraded it as well, and it used to look much simpler, and now I think that's quite scary. There's too much stuff that you see. But anyway, if we actually start to look at it, it's quite clear. In fact, if I go up here, you can see it. Now, you'll notice this is a new feature, Canva AI. You can actually tell it to do anything now, which is new. Okay, you have, if you've worked on Canva before, you've got your designs stored in one folder, or you've got templates. This is where you can search for things. If you're starting a new document, you have a choice of all these types of documents. So you can see you can send emails, you can do slideshows, you can prepare things for Instagram or Facebook or social media in the format that they like. You can even do video with Canva, you can print, you can do documents, you can prepare things for a website. So that's what those icons mean. These are all projects that I've worked on recently. That's why they're showing. Yours will probably be empty when you start. And then down here, you have more things. Home, your projects, your templates, brand, like I don't think that any of us will be using brand, but if you have a business, that's very useful. You can keep all your logos and your brand colourings in there. And there's more things as well, but we probably won't need anything more than that. And more menu here. So, what I thought I would do was show you how you can use it. And I played with the AI, and that might be a good way to start. Like I said to it the other day, can you design up, switch it to the AI version. And I said, I want to do an invitation for I'm going to type in what I want. Invitation to 5-year-old birthday party. I just wanted to see what it would come up with. So it's thinking about it, and anyway, basically, it's very slow today. But I didn't like any of the ones it came up with. No, you know, those are all too formal for, you know, I don't want any of those. But that's a good starting point. If you want to do something like that and you can change any of the wording, you can just adapt anything that it starts off with. You can change it to make it how you want. So anyway, I'm going to come out of the AI now and go back to the home page. So now I'm going to come out of Canva AI. We'll go back to where... So I had a look at what Canva created for me for this 5-year-old birthday party invitation. I didn't like it, so now I want to create one of my own. So now I'm going to go to... I want to print them. And let's see what it offers. It should offer me what size print do I want to do.
Which one did you select?
Print. Print. Yeah. And cards and invites along the top. You can see. Okay, I'll go back to where I was before, and so you can follow along if you want to. So from the home page, for our invitation, we want to print. Okay, and we're going to design something that we're going to print out. That's why we're going to print. And okay, and then across the top you've got, do you want an invitation portrait? It's going to be that size, or a poster size A2, or a flyer. These are choices of blank ones, or you can use a template. They have some fabulous templates usually. Let's have a quick look through the templates, and if we don't find one we like, we'll start with a blank page. So none of those are really looking good for my 5-year-old birthday party invitation. So I'm going to click portrait version for a small birthday party invitation, and it's come up with a blank sheet.
I'm sorry.
Yeah?
I didn't hear what you said. Did you select card and invite?
I went to print, and then I'll go back.
You need to go a little bit more slowly.
Yes, sorry. Just to get one up. Okay.
A bit louder.
Talking to my computer as well. Let's go back to the home page. Okay, so I was here, so then if I do that, can you see my mouse? Yes, okay, so here is print, the purple button. And I went to print,
Yes.
and then it offered me all these templates which I didn't like, and then across here you've got an invitation already set at 105 by 148 millimeters, which is fine, or you can do a poster portrait, or there's probably more. Let's go for an A4 if they offer it to us. 16 by 20 inches. Well, these are all the things most people would want an A4 sheet to start off with, which is, oh, no, magazine A4.
I'm sorry. My hearing's not great. I guess.
Okay, and I'm trying watching the
When you're talking to the
screen.
screen,
Yeah.
and when you choose something, your voice drops.
Okay.
So could you just?
So we're looking for an A4 document. So
Right.
find one from the list. I found one that's called magazine. And here we have. Right. Now, depending on what you have on your screen, your menus will change. Okay, so now you've got different menus. And you have elements, which are squares, circles, and things like that. You can add text. You can add things from your brand. You can upload if you want photos on there. You've got other tools. You can go back to your previous projects. You can change the background and so on. These are what's on offer. And each time you choose one of these, your menus here are going to change. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is add some text to my invitation. So let's add some text. Yes, by the way, my plan for today is to show you briefly how to do it, and then we're going to all design something together, and then you can choose what you want to design, but I have a plan in mind of what needs redesigning. Okay, so let's add some text. So tap on the T for text, and the text goes on in boxes. When I click on the page, it should add a text box. Right. Okay, I'm going to put a heading on instead. Click on the heading, and it has automatically put the text on the page in a box. So I can change the wording here by highlighting it and just typing, please come to my birthday party on 5th December. Okay, and now you see the box is spread right to the edges of my invitation, and I don't like that. So by pulling different parts of the box, you can change the way the text looks. So I can pull the corners in and it makes it smaller. I can pull the side out. I should be able to move it around, but I'm not getting the hand. Oh, I see. Okay. So when you're editing the text, you need to click in the box and your cursor changes to the hairy I-beam, you know, the vertical thing. So if I want to add 2025, you need your I-beam to change the text. Okay. But when you want to move the text on the page, then you're treating the text as an object. So you need to click on the background, and then you can move your text to a different part of, you know, I'm not editing the text, I'm moving the text around. So you need to click on the background first to move your text. Okay, so that's a bit boring, and I think I want my text a different colour. Okay, so while we've got the text box highlighted, up here we've got all the tools that we can use for the text. So you can change your typeface, you can make it bigger or smaller if it needs to be a certain size, you can change the colour of your text, you can make it bold, italic. This sign here is for how your text appears, like is it centered, is it ranged left or right, that's the justification, that's if you want bullet points. This is, yes, you can, this is a great feature because so often you want to do this when you're in Word and it's very hard to do it. I don't know if you can even in Microsoft Word. But you want to space the letters out sometimes or make them closer together, particularly if they're big. And this is, you can make the letters, you can make things see-through. So let's change the typeface and let's make it a dark red or something. So again, to highlight the text, I'm going to go into the text colour and choose a red, like a dark colour. Let's do purple. Okay. So we've got the text. So that will do. Now I'd like to put a picture of a birthday cake on my invitation. So this is where you can, if you click on the elements, can you see up here you've got elements? And I'm going to go into graphics. Oh, look at that. Here's a lovely picture of a birthday cake now. Okay. Can you see the little crown symbol here? The crown symbol means that's something you have to pay for. Okay. But there's lots of free ones. But when you're playing with things, you don't have to pay for anything. It's only if you want to print it out or send it on to someone or download it from Canva that you have to pay. You don't, and because I've got a subscription, I don't pay any more than, you know, whatever. So I will use that birthday cake. Whoa, it's sick now. I don't want it like that. That's much too big. I mean, it could work, and we could change the type to white. So how do you think we change the size of the birthday cake?
Drag the corner.
Drag the corners, that's it. Yes, drag the corners in and just make it a different size. Okay, and then I'll bring my text down. And I love this bunting here. I'm going to put this bunting on my invitation. And then, see this, okay, this little symbol here means you can turn it around. So I'm going to turn my bunting around just by, there we go, and I'm going to make it slightly bigger, why not? And I'm going to do the same the other side, put that bunting on and turn, by clicking on the arrows, just turn it round a bit, turn it round a bit more. You know, you can play with these things as much as you like. So I'm happier with that. If, say, I wanted to put a photo of my little 5-year-old in there, I could do that as well. So with the text, like I did a very boring thing, but can you see on the left here, scrolling through, I could, if I wanted to choose something like this, see, you know, some of these might inspire you. Oh, I quite like this. Look, I'm going to put this on just for fun, and I'm going to edit the words and do mark is, instead of the and, is 5 today. You know, you can use the text that's existing and just change it to what you want it to say, make it bigger, smaller. And then we'd want an address. Let's see what we can use for the address. You're going to put. There we go. That will be very suitable here. And we just change the text again by just clicking on it and typing over it, RSVP, and then assume that that's your phone number. You know, you can change it, whatever. And then, okay, I've decided I want something a different typeface. We've got the purple. I probably wouldn't use so many colours, but I'm going to change it. Instead of Canva Sans, I'm going to make it more of a, well, anything. Oh, it doesn't like that one. Oh, it's done it. It's done it. And now we have to rearrange it. But anyway, you can play with all the elements. You can move them around, etc., etc. So that gives you just a very basic intro to the sort of things you can do with Canva. Yes?
So you've done your invitation.
Yeah.
What will you do with it now?
Okay, if you want to print it out, yes, very good, very good, very good. Canva saves
it so we can send it electronically to someone.
Yes, Canva saves automatically as you go along. What you have to do is go to share up here. Share. Right, that's a very good point. So let's open up share and see what the options are. Usually, what I do is download. You can copy the link so someone else can link into it, but I usually download everything, and then you have a choice here of the file type you use. PNG or all these other file types. Like PDF, if you send something as a PDF, no one can change it at the other end. It's like a photograph of your artwork. If you send it as a JPEG, if you've done PNG or JPEG are usually the most common ones if you're going to print it out. Or PDF for best for printing, if you're going to get it professionally printed, okay? And so you would say, okay, I'd like a JPEG. You can choose how big you want it. Here's a way to change your file size. You can change the quality here and there, okay? And again, because I've used paid for images, if I wasn't on subscription, these little crowns here show me I would be paying. And you can limit your file size, and then you just press download. It's telling me that if I hadn't been on subscription, I would have had to pay £1.98. So even though there are charges, they're not huge. You know, I would have had to pay £1.98 to use the cake picture and the bunting, you know, and we could have managed with something else, I'm sure. But anyway, once you click download, then this image is going to appear in your downloads folder, or possibly your files folder, but you normally have a download, definitely on iPhones and iPads and Macs, you have a downloads folder. If you download on Android, where do your downloads appear?
Just download.
Into download.
There's a downloads folder. Perfect. Okay, so it's the same. In my newsletter every week, there's one ad that really annoys me, and I think we can do better, and I would like us all to have a go. Okay, so let me find a copy of the last newsletter that I sent out. Haha, look, Dante's on the front page. Here's our newsletter from last week. And in the what's on bit, there's this ad. Has anyone ever seen this ad before? Exploring the benefits of chair yoga. I think we can do better than that. Okay? So that's our project for today. So you can pick your paper size, you know, whatever size you want. We're gonna all try it if you want to. You can design whatever you like, but we've got time now to play with Canva and try something out, whatever you want to try out, and I will come around and help you if there's something you want to do and you can't manage it. But just with the basic tools I've shown you so far, we should be able to get something better than that.
So the theme is chair yoga, yeah?
Okay, so we want to improve on this using Canva, and the prize for the best one, we'll give you one of our stylus pens. So off you go. Start with Canva, and you can do landscape, portrait, any size you like.
I just find out that in the last 2 minutes I've been prompted 3 times to upgrade Canva to the paid version.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry about that,
Well, sorry, no,
but you don't have to upgrade.
No.
No, but it does keep asking.
Did you download the?
I downloaded the app to my Chrome.
Okay. And do they offer you a free trial?
Oh yeah, yes, I'm generating AI photos.
Are you? Excellent.